Good morning. I'm going to go over our agenda for this week, and as is always the case, it starts off with our learning targets, focusing on the 7 basic characteristics of multicultural education, as well as racism and discrimination, individual and institutional, white privilege, the good-bad binary, and then the teacher-leader model standards. First item on our agenda, and this will be the case each week, is just a review of our readings from last week. This was a course, this would be, this was a face-to-face course. This would be the lecture part of the course. Following that is the readings for this week. And so here's the review of last week's readings, and then readings for this week. Going to read Defining Multicultural Education for School Reform and Affirming Diversity. Going to read Diverging Destinies and Restoring Opportunities. You can find that chapter at the top of Moodle. And then I'm going to read a seminal work by Peggy McIntosh that is White Privilege, and then going to read a chapter from White Fragility, and that is the good-bad binary. I think you'll find that a provocative reading. I want you to complete your weekly readings and make a post on the discussion board by 11:55 p.m. That's the September the 4th. And then you will not be responsible for responding until Tuesday, since Monday is a holiday. Won't be responsible for responding until Tuesday, September the 7th. 2 questions or 2 prompts there for you. First one has to do with discussing a way that you or a colleague or the school where you're teaching is currently incorporating multicultural education into the curriculum. And if you're not, then one way that you could in your future classroom. We have some, I know just because they're recent graduates of Bellarmine, we have some first-year teachers in here, and I know that we have at least one or more that is not in their own classroom yet. So that's where that second part of the prompt comes. Next prompt is review domain 6, incorporating outreach and collaboration with families and community. And these are from the teacher leader model standards. Review that and then discuss how you have met one of these standards by working with a colleague, family, or community. And if you've not engaged in one of the standards, then discuss how you might in your future classroom. So the teacher leader standards are down a little bit on the agenda, and the next item actually, and these are going to inform, the program that you're in is a teacher leader program, and these standards will inform our readings, our discussions throughout the semester. And so this is a way of pulling those in and connecting them to your readings. So with that said, the next item is the teacher leader model standards, and I have the NEA standards just so you can see that these are national standards, but then if you click on the second one, it's from EPSB, which is the Kentucky Educational Professional Standards Board. And the reason I include those is they're more detailed. They unpack all of the standards. So please review those. Culture bags. Going to ask you to, over the course of the next 2 weeks, watch your colleagues' culture bags and then comment on at least 3 of your colleagues' culture bags. So I know it's going to take a little time. It's a big course. And that's why I've given you the 2 weeks to review each of your colleagues' culture bags. I've included my culture bag, and that will be due the 13th. And then the final item on this week's agenda is just a review of when all class too. So we've got our reading, reviewing the teacher leader model standards, and then the culture balance. All right, hope everybody's school year's off to a great start. Hope everybody has a wonderful holiday weekend, and I will see you back here next Tuesday. Take care.